Before we leave the game they just played, though, look, it was the beginning of the game. Boston was coming on strong. Jayson Tatum gets hurt right at the start, turns his ankle. How big a factor do you think that is in what happened, or do you think the Heat were going to win that game no matter what with the way Boston was playing?
No, I really, truly believe Boston was going to win that game.
Yeah.
With Jayson Tatum going down, just a shell of himself, couldn't, and I think it put too much pressure on Jaylen Brown to have to do more, and he fell short. Their team fell short. It's just everything got thrown out of whack when he twisted that ankle. He really couldn't do much. Wasn't explosive.
Right.
Couldn't create for his teammates. It was just one of them things. But the mental toughness, though, I go back to this all the time. The mental toughness that Miami showed. Do you know how demoralizing it is when you lose the way they lost in Game 6?
Ooh.
Like, just ask San Antonio Spurs.
Yeah.
Right? I've seen it. I've felt it. I went into Game 7 like, man, no way in hell we about to win this game. I'm sitting on the bench. I wasn't contributing. I'm sitting on the bench, and I just felt.
This was after the Ray Allen shot,
yes.
The yellow ropes in Miami, right?
Yes, this was after that Ray Allen shot, and just being around the guys. Yeah, you felt confident that they were going to come out and play and compete, but I was like, nah, we're done. There's no way we're going to win that. But Miami last night, I felt the same way. I'm telling my guys, like, this is going to be a blowout. There's no way they're going to be able to get up for this.
Recover.
And, man, the mental toughness and the leadership that they displayed last night was incredible. A blowout?
Well, look, Boston helped them out by jacking up threes, half a second into the shot clock half the time? I'm exaggerating, but only by a little bit. The Celtics were 9 of 42 for the game on threes, 0 for 12
Well, they
at the
started
start
out,
of the
what,
game.
0
for 12.
Yeah, 0 for 12. That's almost like, who did that a few years ago in the Western Conference Finals? Was it the Rockets? What are
Yeah.
0 for 27?
Yes.
How the hell you go 0 for 27? 0 for 20.
So
you could hit one of them. Just one? 0 for 27? Like, at what point you as a coach, like, hey, guys, stop shooting threes. Let's just get to the basket. Let's get to the foul line, mirror. Stop shooting.
So that's my question. Is it on the players or the coach at that point?
It's both.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's both. You got a young coach. He's in over his head. This is, this is Boston we're talking about, right? They hang up banners.
Yeah.
So this is a lot of pressure on a young coach. And then you got these guys that have been here before. You can't. It was a tough situation for him to be in.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a bad outing by them, just shooting all those threes and not getting to the basket. But you thought they would learn their lesson from last year.
Just keep going. You can get closer to the basket. You don't have to be from all the way out there. They let you go in.
Yeah.
They let you go in the paint.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
But I think what
It's exciting in there.
Miami
Baskets
was
nearby. It's got juice.
Miami did a hell of a job of implementing that zone.
Yes.
That was throwing them off,
Yes.
and they still they
But
played
that should
in
not be
the
a surprise.
Right.
Miami has been playing zone the entire series and also the entire playoffs and
they
also throughout the
still-
season.
They didn't figure it out.
It's not that
They didn't figure it out.
complicated to know that that's going to happen. That's not to take anything away from Miami. And by the way, I think Joe Mazzulla will be the coach of the Boston Celtics next year. That is just my opinion. We obviously will have to wait and see. I don't see Brad Stevens wanting that team to have its fourth coach in 4 years.
Yeah, that'd be bad.
And also, he knew what he was
He did a
getting when
great
he
job.
picked him. He picked him. He knew he was getting a young coach. Eric Spoelstra was once a young coach, making some of those young rookie mistakes too. So I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of people in Boston calling for Joe Mazzulla to get fired, but I don't see it.
That's Boston. If they're not hanging up any banners, everybody needs to be fired.
Well,
They
yes.
want to trade Jaylen Brown. They want to do all this stuff. They're crazy. There's no way I'm getting rid of Jaylen Brown.
Okay, so this is my question, right? Brown and Tatum both, look, this duo has made the conference finals 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
They were ahead by a game in the NBA finals last year. They both made All-NBA.
Mm-hmm.
They're both due Supermax extensions. The total will be $600 million over the next couple seasons that you will start paying those guys. Jaylen Brown is up first. I know. Anytime you say current money to a former player, it's just painful. I know. Between the two of them.
Between two players?
Between the two of them. Yes. $285.6 million is the max extension that Jaylen Brown can sign this summer.
How many years? 5 years?
5 years. And this is a man who, by the way, I'm going to tell you that I think that the Celtics should do this, but I'm also going to point out that he had 8 turnovers and shot 8 for 23 in Game 7. He has had a rough turnover playoffs in general, 58 turnovers to 63 assists throughout the postseason. But if you have Jaylen Brown and Jayson Tatum, and as I said, they've gotten you to 4 conference finals, they've gotten you to an NBA
you don't
finals.
dismantle that.
Right?
I'm sorry.
You keep them, right?
Hell yeah, you keep that.
Yeah.
You keep that. This what 25 and 26-year-olds?
Yeah.
Why would you get rid of that? I don't understand. Why would you get rid of 2 guys that have, played for an NBA championship, right? Went to 4 Eastern Conference Finals?
Yeah.
Come on, at some point, these guys are going to raise a banner.
Right.
You know what I mean? LeBron is on his way out. Steph is getting older. Like, the KD and those guys are getting older. These guys are 25 and 26 years old. You're not going to find a better duo than these 2.
I mean, I can look around the league and say I like Kevin Durant and Devin Booker.
They're older. KD is, what, 35?
Yeah. No, I agree.
They're older.
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler is how old?
Yeah.
Right? And Jimmy Butler has played for a finals. He's been to Eastern Conference Finals. Now he's playing for another championship at, what, 32, 33 years old?
And plus he had Thibodeau years on him. That makes him even older.
Right. So, no, you don't. No, you ride this out. You ride it out. They're going to hang banners.
So you think that this Celtics team will end up with a championship?
I think they need to improve around them.
Yeah.
But, no, you keep that core.
And you can't forget, too, Malcolm Brogdon was the 6th man of the year, and he was injured. So, that was a big factor in this series as well, and certainly in that Game 7. You could see he just didn't have it, right, at the game last night. So
I think they need better interior play. But those 2, Marcus Smart, Brogdon, no way I'm getting rid of that.
Yeah, all right. And look, they can sign him to the deal, and they have a year with him, and then after that he becomes trade eligible. So if it doesn't work out, somebody will want to make a deal for him. But I would sign him,
Well, last
personally.
time I checked, there was only 2 teams playing in the Eastern Conference. Why would you break that up? I don't understand that.
Yeah.